The 111th Rose Bowl game was set up to be a classic pairing between top-seeded Oregon and number 8 Ohio State, but that is not what fans got. The Buckeyes turned a 34-point second-quarter lead into a 41-21 victory to eliminate the previously unbeaten Ducks from the college football playoffs. Fox 12's Nick Krupke joins us from Rose Bowl Stadium as Oregon's historic season comes to an end in crushing fashion.
Well, 13-1 doesn't look as good on a Nike-branded T-shirt. From a first-round bye to a first playoff game exit. A shame for these Ducks have their first loss come in this national quarterfinal. The quest for perfection is done in Pasadena.
They clicked tonight, we didn't, and I didn't get our team prepared, you know, and that's a great team. When you play a great team like Ohio State, you can't not be clicking on all cylinders, and they were clicking on all cylinders.
Execution over emotion. That's what Dan Lanning preached coming into his first Rose Bowl game as head coach of the Ducks. But it was the Buckeyes of Ohio State who had both, as this was nothing like the first time these two met back in Eugene in October. Oregon won that day 32-31. It featured 8 lead changes. This one had just the one. Zip became 7-0 and then 34-0 in the blink of an eye, as the Buckeyes cracked the kids in chrome lids with 4 explosive scoring plays of 40 yards or more in 3 or less plays.
They caught us in some coverages, you know, where receivers were able to get open downfield, right? And then as well as their offensive line, I think that the offensive line, you know, with the injuries that they had in their room and, you know, a lot of moving parts and pieces, I think they did a good job, you know, just up front as well. And then, of course, the quarterback, I think he did a good job, you know, just getting the ball to his receivers, you know, commanding his offense.
The top-seeded Ducks and Heisman Trophy finalist Dylan Gabriel didn't get across the midfield line until the last minute of that first half. He was sacked 8 times. Oregon with a net rushing yardage of -23. By far and away their biggest halftime deficit of the previously unbeaten season.
I'll say this about our team, you know, there wasn't a second we stepped on the field where I felt like our guys were disheartened. They didn't want to give the effort to go out there and play.
The Ducks were certainly rested up. They last played 3 weeks ago in that Big Ten championship game. 8-seeded Ohio State was greased up from their first-round playoff win at home. This expanded 12-team playoff was more open than ever, but it turned out not to be the Happy New Year's Day the Ducks had dreamt of. Their new conference rivals from Ohio collect a 3rd win over Oregon all-time and the granddaddy of them all, 1957, 2009, and 2025.
You know, adversity happens in life. And we're going to get an opportunity, you know, in life, you know, to continue to attack and move forward. And I know there's a lot of winners in that room, right? And there's guys that are going to have a chance to go on in life and be great fathers and great husbands. You know, I hope they saw those examples here on our team. They're going to be great business leaders. They're going to be great NFL players. And they gave their heart and soul for us.
So while Oregon's season is done, they're back at it August 30th at home in the 2025 campaign. Ohio State's still playing on next Friday in Dallas in the Cotton Bowl against the Texas Longhorns, who survived in double overtime against Arizona State. How about that? Now Chip Kelly, the offensive coordinator for Ohio State, he's 1-6 all-time against his former employer with the Ducks here. Finally got that win. In Pasadena, Nick Krupke, Fox 12 Oregon.